Avant de commencer, abonne-toi à la chaîne et dis-moi en commentaire d'où tu regardes cette vidéo. Le PSG a tout simplement écrasé Chelsea. Après une victoire 5-2 à l'aller au Parc des Princes, Paris s'impose encore 3-0 à Londres et valide sa qualification avec un score cumulé impressionnant de 8-2. Dans cette vidéo, on va voir les réactions des joueurs et de l'entraîneur de Chelsea après cette élimination. La vidéo est entièrement sous-titrée en français, alors restez bien jusqu'à la fin.
Lewis, from the last 15 minutes of the first game through to full time today, I would say that was perfect. Do you agree?
Perfection in football doesn't exist, but I have to say that it was the first leg of that round. It was tough, very tough, especially the first 80 minutes. After we got that result, and I think we keep our performance the whole match. And the second round, it was different because we were so precise in the counter-attack, and we scored 2 goals, which finished the match.
You scored 2 really quick goals, but after that, the way that you kept possession was masterful. What was the thing that pleased you the most tonight?
Well, it's always difficult to control a match like that because the opponent Chelsea are a great side and they want to score quickly, and it's always difficult to keep the ball. But I think the mix of counter-attacking and also keeping the ball was key. And defending with the ball is always one of our objectives, and I think our performance was great and we deserve to win that match.
And finally, is that performance a message to the rest of the tournament that there's no way you're going to give up your title easily?
I think everybody, especially the teams who compete in the Champions League, respect us because they know how we play football, how we try to play football, and normally the sound around us is always criticize everything because it's our style of living in the world, and everybody criticize all the time, but the respect that we feel and the respect that we have for the other teams is great, and it's nice to be in this team, and we are looking forward to playing next round.
Liam, you knew this evening was going to be difficult. You said you needed a perfect night. How would you describe this evening?
Yeah, tough night. Really tough night. We knew it was a tough ask, and then to start the game in the manner that we did. Yeah, it's I think 6 minutes in, and actually in the first 6 minutes we had ball in their final third, and we wanted to take chance of set plays. We make a mistake, and then at this level you can't make mistakes, and they punish you, and then you get back into the game again. We have set plays, and we get the ball in their box, and Barcola hits one from 25 yards in the top corner. And then it becomes a really difficult night because as much as you want to go after the game, their confidence goes through the roof. We are trying to press, we're trying to get back in the game. And yeah, when the aggregate score is that, it can become a really difficult night.
When you look at the aggregate score and you look at the gap in the number of goals scored, is that a reflection of where Chelsea are at compared to the European champions? And that's the gap that you need to try and close if you are going to go and win major titles like the Champions League?
I think the difference, if you watch the games, is they were clinical. Their goals, the third goal from Mayulu, ball breaks outside the box, he hits in the top corner. And we had, I don't know the stats, I haven't looked at the stats yet. We had a lot of shots in both games. They didn't make mistakes, and we did. But overall, this is a really, really tough one to take. I want to thank the fans because they saw how hard the lads were working in a really difficult moment. And we really want to make sure that we don't go through many more nights at all like this.
In terms of the mistake, you've got such a young team, the talk of giving them experience, letting them develop. Do you feel as if you now need to add potentially more experience if you are going to be able to compete?
It's a really difficult one. Mamadou, know him very well. He's a very good player. But we missed our 2 starting right-backs in this game, in that position. Malo was really, really ill. Obviously, we lost Reece in the last game. So, look, there are times when you have to put players in and you have to trust them. And, yeah, for me, it's a real shame because it really took the wind out of our sails when we wanted to get the first goal.
At the end, a bad evening looked like it was made even more difficult with Trevor Chalobah. It looked a bad one. Is there any indication of what that injury may be?
Trevor, yeah, I just asked the medical team. It's a high ankle sprain, so I'm praying it's nothing too serious because the way that Trevor's been performing, yeah, we can't afford to lose another defender in this moment.
And in terms of the context of the rest of your season, now 3 losses on the spin, how do you bounce back from today? What are you going to work on with your team to make sure that this run of form doesn't continue and you can still achieve the things you want to?
I think that's in your psychology and your habits. We have to make sure that when you go through a difficult run, that you make sure your habits are right, you make sure that your behaviours are good, and we've still got a lot to play for in this season, and we got a really difficult game at Everton where we know we have to be at our best and bounce back to get the result there.
Was it a difficult evening today? How have the players just responded after tonight's result?
Well, it was disappointing for everyone, but of course we knew that Paris is a very tough opponent. We tried to show our best, but they are the last champions of Champions League. So we did our best. We didn't get what we wanted, but we wanna keep going.
Did it feel out there as if you just faced a better team over the two legs, and that's the standard that you as a group can try and get to moving forward?
Yeah, I think we have 4 competitions, also playing every 2 or 3 days. You know what I mean? Sometimes in this scenario is so difficult because they were doing well. They are doing well. For sure we wanted to do better, but for sure they are now, I think, one of the best in the world. Just disappointing, and we wanna continue like this or even better.
Obviously there was a big deficit from the first leg, but they had a longer time to recover. They had their game at the weekend move. Did you feel as if freshness did play a factor tonight?
Well, I think everything is mentality, you know what I mean? Everybody was ready to fight tonight, but at the end they were fresh, and for sure at the end they show better quality as well, and we could get what we wanted.
Another special night for you and your team in the Champions League. Your fans stuck with you the whole game. Are those performances what you need for this club to maybe go and lift this trophy again?
Yeah, of course, it's very important when you come in this amazing stadium, in amazing atmosphere, to win the game. It's very important for us, and we just have to gain our confidence back. So it was our important win tonight, and we are very happy about that. But we have to continue. We know that we have a lot of game ahead, so we just have to be focused for our next games.
You have such good options in your team. You're part of those great options the manager has. In terms of how you set up today, will be a statement against a good Premier League side. Do you feel equipped as a group to go far in this competition?
Yeah, of course, we know that we are capable of everything. We can do it because we already did in the last year. But of course, it's difficult. We have many games ahead. We don't know against who we're going to play. So we just have to play our game, to be focused on all the games, defense on us, everything. So I think we just have to work hard and continue like that.
For you, back-to-back goals off the bench in the first leg, goals from the start tonight. Where do you feel you're at? Do you feel you're in a really good run of form right now?
Yeah, I mean, I try to work hard every day, and it's my job. I want to help that team because it's unbelievable. We have very good collective together, and we're just happy that we play together, and I'm very happy that I'm part of this team.
Okay, let's get us underway. Jack?
Liam, I know you said you needed a perfect performance tonight. Not many people would have come there expecting to see a comeback, but I suppose you and they would have wanted to maybe see a bit more fight and a bit more.
Yeah, 100%. The 6 minutes in and another mistake that we make, it takes the wind out of our sails. And then I think the second goal is hit from 25 yards in the top corner. And when you go 2 goals down so early and 5 goals down on aggregate, it's really, really difficult evening. We wanted to obviously put up more of a fight than what we did. Credit to PSG. Their possession play was really, really top in the game. And over the 2 legs, they deserve to go through.
How do you ensure that this last week doesn't have a serious impact on the end of the season?
Yeah, it has to. That's my job. How I go about that is how we always go about it. We need to be resilient. We need to make sure we go to Everton with an organisation, with a freshness and an intensity in our team, because we want to be in this competition next season. And if we perform how I know we can get there without the individual mistakes that we're making at the moment.
Nizar?
Ali, I wanted to go into that. You took off João Pedro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that sort of an admission that players are a bit tired at the minute?
I think it's not just an admission. It's a reality of where the group are. They've played over 100 games in 18 months. They've had no break in terms of the international games, the travelling that, say, João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez and Moi Caicedo do to South America. It's not an excuse. This is a byproduct of success of the Club World Cup, and it's a great thing that the club achieved at the Club World Cup. But you're seeing with Reece, you're seeing with players that if I don't manage their minutes, their likelihood of getting injured is increased very highly. So I want us to make sure we're in this competition next season as a minimum. We're still fighting for an FA Cup, but I have to make maybe really difficult decisions that at the time probably don't look great. To be honest, you never want to take off your best players when you're 5 goals down in a tie. But I want to make the right decisions for the football club in the long term as well.
Simon?
It's obviously been a tough sort of week for you as well, sort of in terms of 3 defeats. Is it important it doesn't affect your confidence in terms of your methods are working and can work? This is football.
Excuse me, I lost my voice shouting, not at the players after the game, but during the game. This is football. And moments can change the flow of things. So 2.25 games ago, we're away in Paris, coming off the back of Aston Villa, a very good performance, 2-2 in the game, but we don't take care of the moments, we switch off. What I have to do is make sure that we get that back on track, and that comes from not making mistakes or errors. And that's something that me and my staff have already spoken about now, we'll speak about tomorrow, and make sure that we go into the Everton game in a really positive frame of mind.
And just quickly, there's a quote that's just sort of emerged from ESPN Argentina. Appreciate you may not have seen it. Enzo Fernandez asked about his future, and he's sort of saying, I don't know if I'll still be here next season. Is that a conversation you're going to have with him?
Well, firstly, I haven't seen that. It's hard for me to speak on speculation. So after a game, and I need to focus right now on the most important things, which is making sure we get a result against Everton on Saturday.
Japtesh?
Hi Liam. It's been 3 years since Chelsea were last at this stage of the Champions League in the round of 16. Is there any worry for you that it could be as long until the next time?
No worries at all. It's a fantastic competition. And it's a competition that this club deserves to be in and deserve to compete in. And my job, along with the club and the players, is to make sure we're there every year competing for trophies.
And this is the level that Chelsea, as you said, need to be at. Over the last week's game and this game, you must have learnt a lot about the players, perhaps who can handle it, who can't. What exactly are your main takeaways? No, I'm learning all the time. My job is to assess the group all of the time. What I'm learning is that you have to have players that in every moment you can rely on to make correct decisions defensively and not switch off. But it's also to be they're clinical. They were clinical in both games. Clinical shots from outside the box. That's the level, and we need to make sure we get there.
Matt?
The fans at the start of the game really tried to encourage the players and encourage the team. But then as the match went on, there was chanting for Roman Abramovich, there was booing of your substitutions that you just explained. Is there any concern about moving forward, about the relationship with the fans and the players and the squad?
No, I think it's two-way. This is a fantastic football club where the fans want success instantly, and that's rightfully so for the size of the club. I have to say, I understand because of the aggregate scoreline in the time why fans are frustrated. They want us to win. So I completely get it, and I understood that before I came in. I also want to make them happy and give them the nights they deserve, not just me, but us as a group, as a team. And that was a really, really difficult one to take because of the manner in which we went out this evening.
Okay, we'll do 3 more. Dom, Peter, and then Gary. Just here, please.
Quelle démonstration du PSG sur cette double confrontation. Gagner 5-2 à l'aller, puis enchaîner avec un 3-0 à l'extérieur, c'est plus qu'une qualification, c'est un message envoyé à toute l'Europe. Chelsea, de son côté, n'a jamais vraiment réussi à exister dans cette confrontation. On a senti une équipe dépassée, en difficulté défensivement et incapable de répondre au niveau imposé par Paris. Le PSG a montré aujourd'hui qu'il ne s'agit plus seulement d'une équipe talentueuse, mais d'un collectif solide, efficace et prêt pour aller très loin dans cette Ligue des Champions. Maintenant, la vraie question est simple. Est-ce que ce PSG peut aller jusqu'au bout cette saison ? Dites-moi ce que vous en pensez en commentaire, je veux vraiment savoir votre avis. Et si vous avez aimé la vidéo, n'oubliez pas de vous abonner, de liker pour soutenir la chaîne et d'activer la cloche pour ne rien manquer. Merci à tous d'avoir regardé et à très bientôt pour la suite.